Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about one of my goals for this year, which is to meditate daily, and I've found a really great app that I've been using for that, and it's really helped me because although I provide meditation in my yoga classes, I don't really meditate while I'm doing that. That's not for me, that's for the people attending the class. And obviously when I go to a class I get to meditate, and that's awesome, but I was reading about the benefits of meditating and how it can really help you to improve your life in lots of different ways that you wouldn't necessarily expect. So it's been shown to reduce blood pressure and stress levels. It's also good for helping you to focus and concentrate. And I thought that but I'm basically a stay-at-home mum. I do teach a few yoga classes a week, so I'm out a little bit, but basically I'm at home most of the time with my two children while my husband's working. So I wanted to find a way to calm me down because, say for example, one of them is not particularly happy, then they wind the other one up, then they wind me up, and then by the end of the day I'm a complete wreck, and I start snapping at my husband, I start snapping at them, and the one thing that I do that I really don't like is end up shouting, and I just shout at them because I don't know what else to do, particularly my daughter, who I feel doesn't seem to hear any volume except when I shout. And I am keen to be more of a parent that listens and also steps back from how I'm feeling to figure out why my kids are behaving the way they are, and understand that they're not being naughty, there's something bothering them, and I need to be the support to help them get that out. So kind of attachment parenting, that sort of thing. Or gentle parenting, peaceful parenting. There's so many kinds of parenting, but anyway, the main thing is I wanted to be the kind of person that listens rather than reacts. And I started at the beginning of December 2015, so I've been going for December, January, and we're halfway through February, so about 10 weeks of daily meditation. I've missed one when we flew to France, and I should have done it earlier in the day and I didn't, and then obviously by the time we got there and we were delayed, I didn't end up doing it. So that was a bit of a pity because that was probably a day I could have really done with a bit of zoning out. Not zoning out, calming. And I started off with a 10-day trial of Headspace, which is a app, and I can show you it on my phone. Whoop. Oh yeah, there's the camera. So the app is there, and it comes up with all the different things, and then my Headspace is there, and it tells you the next session that you're going to do, the sessions that you've done, and then you can scroll along and you can see how many people have meditated, how long your running streak is. This annoyed me slightly because I got up to 50 and then for some reason it didn't count one session I did and it went back to 0. But anyway, it's really cool. I did a 10-day free session and I really liked it. And then I asked my in-laws for a subscription. So this is completely, Headspace haven't paid me to say anything about their app. I got it as a Christmas present and I found it's really worked for me, so I thought I'd share it with you. It's also got some other really cool things. So it's got SOS for when you're having a bit of a meltdown, and it's got on the go, so it's got different sections. It's got fear of flying, it's got sleep, cycling, walking, eating, cooking, commuting, running. So they're really nice for if there's a particular area you want to do. There's classic ones, which is just your everyday meditation, and the really great thing is you can have it between 10 minutes and 60 minutes, and you can choose whether you want it guided or unguided. And then at the moment I'm working through the different series that they've got here. I'm working, I think it's a self-esteem one I'm working on, and that's a set of 30 sessions, and you can choose how long you want the sessions to be. So as part of the 30-day starter pack thing that you do, you start with 10 minutes a day for 10 days, then you do 15 minutes for 10 days, and you do 20 minutes for 10 days. And I definitely found that 15 minutes was my optimum amount of time. 10 minutes felt too short, and 20 minutes felt a bit long for me. So the great thing is that all those packs that they've got, they ask you how long you'd like them to be. And so I have found so many benefits to meditating daily. I asked my husband what he thought. How, did he think I was any calmer or better? And blah blah. Oh, sorry, I've just got some things that I wanted to tell you about meditation that I've written down. Yeah, so I asked him whether he thought that I was going to be any calmer? Has he noticed any different? And he went, no. And I said, do you know, I think I've not been shouting as much. And he said, oh, yeah. Well, he wasn't quite as enthusiastic as that, but he kind of gave me a bit of, I suppose you're right. So, yeah, I found it really useful as something to do. And the other thing as a mum is that I often don't feel like I have time for myself. And this means that I have 15 minutes every day by myself. So my main time that I try and do it is like when I put my son down for his nap, because he's 18 months old. When I put him down for his nap, I go meditate. And I found that was the biggest change that I've made, because usually I put him to sleep and I think, right, I must hoover and wash up and prepare the dinner and blah 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 and do loads of stuff, and then I think and then I'll sit down after that. And obviously it never happens, because your list to do when you're looking after a family in a home, whoever you are, male, female, whatever, you don't stop, you don't get that time. And I felt hard done by, and it's not my husband's fault. It's me that needed to make the change and take responsibility for that feeling that I felt like I have no time to myself and no time to really just be by myself, calm down. And it's been fantastic. It's also really reinvigorated my yoga practice, because the more I meditate, the more I want to do yoga, then the more I do yoga, the more I want to meditate, and it's all kind of spiraling up. The other thing I found, and my husband has noticed this because he's the one that pointed it out to me, is that I've lost weight, and I'm wondering whether that's to do with the meditation, that I'm more mindful in what I'm doing. So I don't really like mindfulness, because it makes it sound like being mindful is such a great thing, and I think it is for some people, but sometimes you can get drawn too far inwards. And I was also reading about how people like myself that have suffered from depression, drawing yourself further inwards can actually exacerbate depression, and that really scared me. But I haven't had any of those bad side effects. I've only had benefits as far as I can tell. The only one I've slightly started finding is that I get kind of sleepy, and I also have found that I'm like anxious in a way to get meditating. Like I will just drop everything and be like, I'll be back in 15 minutes. I'm going to go meditate. And to be fair, my family are really supportive. My daughter now knows not to just barge in if I shut my bedroom door, that's it. I'm in there, please don't disturb. And my husband's really supportive of it, because I think even though he says he can't really tell any difference, I think he can, in a way, see a change in me. So yeah, it's really great. So if you have tried meditating daily, I'd love to know your experience of it. And especially if you've used this Headspace app, I've now subscribed for a year. Like I said, I got it as a Christmas present. I think it was under £60 for the year, which I thought was really good, because if you think about antidepressants and if you're on those, it cost me nearly, I don't know how much a prescription is now. Is it £8.40? Something like that, under £9. But anyway, this was about £60 for the year for the Headspace app. Under that was 50 something. So I think that that's actually really great value for money, and I'm hoping that if I continue making progress with my meditation, that I will be able to cut back on the antidepressants and maybe even come off them. And I thought that would be really exciting, because I've been on them for so long and I really don't like it. On the other hand, I don't like being depressed more than that, which is why I'm still on them. So yes, let me know, as I said, whether you've tried meditation, any benefits you found, and I'll see you again soon.